What's up, YouTube? Simply Mike here. And this channel is usually dedicated to yo-yoing, but this video is not about yo-yoing. Recently, one of the list channels did like a top 15, top 20 of the most iconic sci-fi ships, and I think they missed a few. So today, I'm doing my personal top 20 most iconic spaceships in sci-fi. I hope you enjoy.
Well, who knew? Simply Mike was a big sci-fi nerd. Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. Some of these you may not know, but you might do a Google search and get into it. And if anybody asks, I got all this music off of Zedge. Check it out. We're gonna start with the obvious, the Millennium Falcon from Star Wars. Everybody has this on their list. And you know why we like it? Because the ship serves as a metaphor for the pilot, Han Solo. They say, oh, that's a piece of garbage. It doesn't look like much. Han Solo says, it may not look like much, but it's got it where it counts. And so does Han Solo, because in the end, he comes through. Number 2. Klaatu's ship from The Day the Earth Stood Still. Now this is a harken back to the classic UFOs of the 1950s and 60s. And this is one of the best examples of those. It looked alien because it didn't have any handles, no utilitarian look, just simple, clean lines. And it was awesome. Number 3, the Executor from Star Wars. I got 2 words for you. Darth Vader. Yeah, Kylo Ren, Luke Skywalker, Rey, whatever. But Darth Vader was the man. And his ship was a dark reflection of who he was. Awesome. Number 4, the Narada from Star Trek. Say what you will about J.J. Abrams and his J.J. verse, but this ship was pretty awesome and a nice reintroduction to those characters in that world. Imposing, to say the least. And speaking of Star Trek, number 5, the USS Enterprise. Yeah, there's been several iterations, but you can't beat the classic. And I particularly like the one from the motion picture. And JJ verse is nice too, the little hot rod version. Number 6, the Jupiter 2 from Lost in Space. Powered by nuclear power. The Jupiter 2, man, was a good ship, and I did like all the forms of that show, including the movie. So I'm looking forward to the reboot that's coming out on Netflix. And here's a picture of that one as well. Number 7, the USS Sulaco from Aliens. Okay, a couple of good ships out of that series, but the Sulaco was the favorite because it had both the Cheyenne dropship and the armored personal carrier. Very nice and imposing in silhouette. Number 8, the Eagle from Space 1999. Granted, this is a bit of a reach, and some of my younger viewers may not realize what this show is, but before Star Wars, this was a pretty good series on TV. And the Eagle, with its utilitarian design, stood out. Number 9, the Discovery 1 from 2001, A Space Odyssey. The film set the tone for movies for decades, and this ship was pretty iconic and imposing when it first showed up on screens. Number 10, the Battlestar Galactica. The greatest sci-fi TV show in history. And the Battlestar Galactica served as both a setting, and a character in the show. Iconic. And who can forget, so say we all, so say we all. Number 11, the Cylon Raider. I did consider the Viper, but the Cylon Raider is a bit more menacing, a bit more imposing, and it looks like an animal. So I had to put this on here instead. This stands out. Number 12, the O'Neill from Stargate SG1. Now, I don't have a lot of experience watching Stargate, but the O'Neill did come to me as one of the better ships out of the series, even over the Destiny, which I did watch a little bit. Number 13, the Normandy SR2 from Mass Effect 2. That's the only one I played, and that was the best game in the series, so this is the best ship in the series. Don't argue with me. Number 14, the Tardis from Doctor Who. This is about as iconic as it gets. People all over the world, people without even televisions, know about the TARDIS, and that's because it's great. That's why. Number 15, the Moya from Farscape, a living ship. And although I have not had any experience with Farscape, I would be remiss if I didn't include it on this list. I would lose my street cred. Number 16, the Shadow Vessel from Babylon 5. Scary. That's the only thing I can describe this thing as. I haven't seen the show, but everything I've seen about it makes this ship look menacing. Number 17, the Infinity from Halo. Aside from all that violence and combat and whatnot, the Infinity is an impressive ship. Full complement, heavy armor, a lot of artillery. Number 18, the Serenity from Serenity and Firefly. Let's get this out the way. I'm a brown coat, and although Joss Whedon kind of imploded, he did make an iconic ship and an iconic series that people still rave about today. Number 19, the Swordfish from Cowboy Bebop. Not the Bebop itself or the Hammerhead, the Swordfish is the most iconic ship in that series. Sleek, aerodynamic, and just a bit on the outside, like its crew. The ship and the series is pretty outstanding. And finally, number 20, the SDF-1 from Robotech. Now, you had your Voltron, you had your Battle of the Planets, you even had your Battleship Yamato. But for me, the series to beat was Robotech. With its long-form narrative, adult themes, and consequences that wasn't featured in other cartoons at the time, Robotech was the show. I just loved it. A Japanese imported anime featuring transformable robots against an evil alien empire. You may think Transformers, but it was this series right here that was a little better for me. Transformers ain't no joke, but Macross, Lin Min May, Rick Hunter and the gang, man, that was my jam. Okay, I know I missed a couple, like the Thunder Fighter from Buck Rogers, the Gunstar 1 from Last Starfighter, the Heart of Gold from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, TIE Fighters, X-Wings. Hey, but if I missed something that you want to feature, leave it in the comments. And by all means, click like and subscribe, join the conversation. I know I said I wasn't going to feature any yo-yoing, but hey, this is that kind of channel. And speaking of, we'll return to form in the next video. I have the Showgirl available, which was another donated yo-yo, and we're going to do a full review of that. In the meantime, you guys stay up. I'm Simply Mike, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.